Welcome back to part 3 of our Gadget Store app design series. If you haven't watched part 1 and 2 yet, I suggest starting them. I've broken this full tutorial into parts so it's easier for you to follow and not too long in one sitting.
So the next thing you're now going to do is to bring out your mobile frame. Then you click and bring out another mobile frame. Now once you've brought out the mobile frame, the next thing you do is to copy this top bar and bring it into this frame. Then you will align it to the top, to the center. And the next thing, this frame here, you will now copy it here too. So after copying it here, you are now going to delete this, click and delete this, and this arrow you bring it to this side. Then you now come to rotation, then you rotate it, then you click on the overall auto layout, then you right click and ungroup. Then you click on this DPS address, then you come to alignment, then you align it to the center. Then now you're now going to double click and change the content to checkout. Then we will now delete this. So now the whole frame, you're now going to come and add fill. Now once you've add fill, you now add stroke. Now this stroke, you're going to come to individual strokes, then you put down bottom. So this bottom stroke, you're now going to make it very light, and then we're now going to something like this. So you have something like this. By making it light, you're having something like this. So now it's time for us to start having the content. So we'll duplicate this so that we'll get those contents we want. So I'll put it side by side. So now I would have to get icons. Now these are all the icons I'm going to get. I'll right click, go to my icon, go to Iconify, and I search for profile. We're already on profile. I'll just bring out this out. Then the next icon I'm going to get is phone. So I'll just say phone. Then I'll take out this. Then location, then location. I'll take out this location. Then delivery, I'll take out this. Then card, and I'll take out this card. So we are now going to duplicate this. I'll duplicate this, bring it down. First I'll get this out, this text. I'll duplicate this text also, and I'll say details. Now I'll come to the right hand side. I will make it semi-bold. I'll come here, this and this, I'll give it to layout. Then I will now bring it down. I will now come here to gap here. I will reduce the gap. I'll just say 0. Let's see. So 0, this is what I get. So I'll just increase the gap. I'll just give it 12. 12 is small. I'll just give 32. 32 I think is okay. So I will just bring out my grid. I'll just put grid so that I'll be able to arrange it clearly. Column 4, 16. So now I will reduce the size of this, So I will copy this for X and I'll replace with this to replace. Then the name here, I will come back here and make it. Then I'll just type the name. I would say so I will duplicate this. I will now copy out this. I'll click on this, make sure it's 24 by 24. Yes, cut, then paste to replace, then phone number plus 234. So the next one I'm going to now do is address. So I'll copy this down here, then I'll type address, then I will now copy this down. Now for address, I am going to come over here and come to my stroke and make it all stroke. Now after making it all stroke, now I'm going to come and cut this address and put this address icon here, paste to replace. Now this frame, I'm going to right click and ungroup it. Then I'm now going to write the address. Let's say just like what's here now, house number 1. Then I will increase the size of this frame here like this. Just say DBS of Banam Road Asaba. So I have this. So for this, I'm going to come to the right hand side and make it semi bold. So I'm now going to click on this. I'll put it in an auto layout. I'll just align this to the center, then I'll also align this to the center. So I'm going to have this at the end of the day. Then the next thing now I have to do, don't worry, we'll arrange it later once we're done, but let's have all the content first, then we'll come and arrange them. So we'll have delivery estimate. So delivery estimates, I would copy this down here, I'll just Control X, cut this out, then change this, right click, then paste to replace. Then I'll bring this here, then change the content to Asaba delivery today within 3 hours. And I'll duplicate nationwide 3 to 7 business days. Then I'll duplicate this, bring it here. Then I would say payment method. Now for payment method, I'm going to copy this down here. This icon, I'm going to increase the size to 24 by 24. Remember I said that's the standard. So Control X, then replace, right click, paste to replace, then right click, group, then delete this, then move this down. So I'll center this here, I'll center this text here. I'll move this a little bit like this, let it just be button size. So the next thing I'll do is to bring this icon, copy this icon, alt and copy it here. Then I will now come to here, flip horizontal, I'll center it, make sure it's centered. Then I have this. So now the next thing I'm going to do is, let me see what next we have to do here. So I'll click this, bring this out also. So see what we'll have, it's slash debit. So I'll just say slash debit. So I will now come here to alignment and align it to the side this way. So the next thing I'll do is to come here and duplicate, then I'll come to other summary, and I'll say other summary 3 items. So 3 items. So what next? The next thing is to bring the prices down. So what are the prices? What's the total? What total do we have here? So just come here and copy the total we have. I think there is a mistake we're doing here. The price, there is no naira, so we'll just include naira into this. Include naira. So I'll just copy, come here, right click, paste to replace. So now I'll copy this amount, copy it from here. Okay, so these are the things I have here. So first I will have to expand this frame. Click on this frame and expand it this way, and I'll zoom in. Then I'll copy this here. So I'll copy this here. So this here says, so I'll right click and ungroup, then delete this icon and I'll just say subtotal. I'll bring it to this side here, then bring the amount here. So now I'll just double click, now right click, now paste to replace. So this is the amount for my subtotal, and I'll change it from regular to semi-bold, then duplicate. I'll just come here and say service fee 1000. Just come here, change this to 1000. 1, 2, 3. Then the next thing, I will duplicate and I'll say the delivery fee 3000, 3000 naira. So now the last one, I'm going to put the total. So first the total, I'll increase the size to 20, and then make it medium, and I'll see and as a total 5,600. So this total is, so it's to replace. Now this 5 will turn to 9. So this is the total amount of, so I'll make this bigger also. So this is the total. So this and this, I'll give it auto layout. So now it's time for me to start arranging my items. So I'll give it auto layout, and this I'll give it auto layout. Make sure it's in the center. Then on this I'll give it auto layout. This was the spacing. The spacing is 16. Yeah, it's okay. Spacing is 12, 16. So turn it to 16. Then this and this, I'll give it auto layout. Then the heading and this, I'll give it auto layout. The gap 16, and this, give it auto layout, and gap 16. Then this and this, I give it auto layout, then gap 16. So I would now work on this pricing. Just arrange this way. I'll just arrange it this way, or better still, I'm supposed to arrange it this way. It's supposed to be this way. I'll just bring this also. I'll move this way. Bring this way. So I would have something like this. Then for this, I'll just move this way. I'll also click this, move this way, and so I'll move total also this way. So I'll have something like this. So what I'll now do is this, and this, and this, and this, and this. I'll give it auto layouts, and the spacing is going to be 32. So I have this at the end of the day. Then this let me see, this spacing supposed to be 32 also. Okay, so I have this at the end of the day. So what am I going to do next? The next thing now I'm going to do is to come here, click on this, and I move it down. I move it down, let it disappear. And I'll just come here and say 1000. So you see, then this one also, this one, the top and the bottom, I will move it up, move them up this way. So now at the end of the day we're going to have this. So I'll just delete this because we don't need it anymore. We don't need it, we don't need this. So I'll click on the frame itself, then resize this frame. I'll just resize it to 932. So now I'll duplicate this frame here. Now that I've duplicated this frame, the next thing now I'll do is to unclip the frame here. Once I unclip the frame here, then I can this and this with auto layout. I'll give it auto layout, then reduce the spacing. Then what I'll just do is I will come here and I'll do this. Can you guys see? So it makes it easier for me, right? So now what I'll just do is I'll right click and remove and ungroup it. Then also, right, I'll just click on it, then I'll just come here and say 200, and it will go back up. So it will go back up. What I'll just do is click this one and click this one, and I'll give it a spacing of 32. Come to spacing, give it 32. Then I have this. So now that I've done this, what's the next thing I'm going to do? So I'll right click here, then I'll drag it to open this way. So now I would click on this overall frame, then I'll ungroup. I'll right click and I'll ungroup. Right click on this one, ungroup. So all the auto layouts I give, I am going to ungroup them, right? This one too, I give it auto layout, I'll ungroup it. This one, I'll right click and ungroup. I'll right click and ungroup. Right click and ungroup. Right click this one too and ungroup. So now you see all this that I gave auto layout just to give good spacing. Now I have ungrouped it. Now the reason why I'm ungrouping is because of the animation we are going to do. We want it to behave in a certain way, right? So now I will come back here too. So when I come back here, I will now come to this and unclip this content. Now I'm also going to ungroup all of this. I'll click on this, I'll right click, I'll ungroup, click on this, right click, 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 ungroup, then click on this, right click, ungroup, click on this, right click, ungroup, click on this, right click, ungroup. So now all of these, they are all individuals. So now this is what I want, right? So the next thing now is this button here, right? I'm now going to bring, I'll alt and bring this button here. So now if I bring this button here, I'm just going to center it, right? Now when I center it, I'll just right click, right? Then I'll give it a frame selection. Now if I give it a frame selection, I'm just going to drag this frame selection like this. Can you guys see? I'll just drag this frame selection like this. So now I'm just going to expand this frame selection and cover this way. So now as I've done this, the next thing I'll do, this same frame selection, I'm going to give it a color, right? I'm going to give it a fill. Then after giving it a fill, I'll come to effect. I'll add effect. Then I'll put blur. I'll put 40. Then the next thing, I will go to corner radius. Remember guys, only the top. Just put corner radius 12 here, top right, 12 top left. So now I have this. So now I'm going to have something like this at the end of the day. So I'll just click and bring this button up just to measure up with this. So now the text. So the text I'm going to have is, I'm going to copy this text here. I'm going to copy this text here. Just Alt and I'll copy and I'll copy. I'll bring this text here. And now right click. I'll just come here and say ignore auto layout. So the call to action button is going to be place order. So the call to action button is going to be place order, place order. So I would center it, then I'll move it inside this way, move it inside this frame this way. So I'll copy this button, I'll Control C, then bring this button here, and I'll right click, and I'll paste to replace. Then I'll paste to replace. Then now what I'll do next is to click on this overall frame and I'll bring it inside. I'll put it inside this frame. I'll put it inside the frame this way. I'll put it inside the frame this way. So I'll just take it down. I'll just say, let's say 1300. So I'll just say, let's say 2000. So 2000 is okay. So 2000. So now I will now do this particular subtotal here, this order summary. I'll click on it, right? So what I'll do is I'm now going to right click and I'll give it, and this frame selection, I'm now going to drag it this way. Now the reason why is so that when this comes on this screen, there will be space for me to see everything on the screen. I'll show you why. And so now the frame here, I'm now going to reduce the size of the frame to 932. I will clip content. This also, before clipping content, I will copy out. Then I will also clip content for this. I'll clip content. So on clip, why is this? So Control X and paste here. So I'll just clip here. I'll clip content. So meaning you have to Control X and cut it out. So now I will now bring it inside this frame this way. Bring it and arrange it inside this frame this way. I'll bring it down. Let's make sure it's in the center. So I'm going to have something like this. So I am now going to bring my button, order now button. Remember there's a button I have inside here. So I'll just come to my file here and open this thing, see placeholder here. I'll now click on place order. So when I click on place order, I'll just come here, alignment, I'll just say center. So now I'm good. So this is it. So now I've gotten to checkout. So then I would just rename this checkout. Let's rename this screens. Let's click paste, V, paste. Then this is carts. This screen 2 is carts. This screen 2 is carts. And this screen 2 is carts. So the next screen we're now going to do is duplicate this. I'm now going to duplicate this. Then we are now going to copy this payments method. we will now rename this screen as payment method. Then we're going to take out, or we're going to unclip, and we'll take out this and this, 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 this. Take them out. So now I'm now going to expand this. I'll expand this way. I'll bring out, click on this button, I'll bring it up this way. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to come here to our assets, and we click on our assets. Then let me direct you through. What you just do is you just scroll down, you come to utilities. Now in the assets, you're going to come to design material kits. Let me go back so that you see it. So you come to design material design kits, then you scroll down, you come to utilities, you click on utilities, you see this keyboard here. This is what we need. You now drag and bring it out. So when you drag and bring it out, you drop it on your Canva. So now let me increase the size of this. Then now I will now bring this inside this. I'll just come here and center it. Also, I will just enter key and expand just to fill the screen, and I'll expand this also to fill the screen. Then I'll come here and align it this way, so I'll move this up, I'll reduce this, I'll go out of scale, then I'll reduce this way, so now I'll change this color to the background color, this color here. What I'll just do is also see it clearly. Let me click on the frame, then come here, this eye, short to the eye, so that we'll see clearly what we're doing. So this is what I'm going to pick, this is what I'm picking. So I'll now click here, then come to the fill, then pick this color like this. This is what I want. So now I've changed the color. So now this, I will now, what's the next thing? Let's see other screen so that we'll see what we're doing. So can you see? So we're going to say confirm and pay this total amount. Then we're going to have this here and the card, then the expiry date and all. So we'll just say confirm and pay. Well, first of all, we'll change the text, this particular text color, we'll change it to gray this way. So we'll just say confirm pay, confirm and pay. Where's the amount? Confirm and pay. Okay, confirm and pay this amount. Confirm and pay this amount. I'll just center it. So what next? The next thing, let me copy this so that we can use it to get our guide. So now the next thing is card number. So I'll copy this out, or better still, come here, copy this particular one here. Now copy, now bring it here. I would say card number. So card number, so it's all small letter. So card number, then column, then I already have a column here. Just bring out this column here. Sorry, it has to be, remember we have corner radius. It has to be a corner radius of 12. I forgot to give this a corner radius of 12. Remember, we're working with corner radius here, 12. Then this one too, 12. consistency. Design principle. In our design principle, it is said that we should be consistent in whatever it is we do. So this is my input field. So when it's highlighted, it becomes darker, right? So I'm going to make this darker. So I'll delete this, and now I'll delete this. And this, I'm going to make it a darker gray, but before then I'm going to duplicate this. I'll just shrink this way, then I'll duplicate this, bring it this way, so something like this. So I'm now going to do this way. So I'll just delete this, then this is what I'm going to duplicate to have this, so something like this. So to have this, and 195, so this one to 195, that's the width. Let's balance this also. Let me see, it's okay. So I'll just click on this. So I have this. So now expiry, and this I'll bring them down, and this I'll just duplicate it. Control Z. I'll just duplicate by using Alt. I'll say, then I'll duplicate. What does this say? CVV. This says CVV. So CVC. Okay. So CVV. So CVC. So this and this, I'll give it auto layout. And this, I'll give it auto layout. So the spacing in between this is 12. I'll make it 16. Spacing in between these 12 about 17, I'll make it 16. And this, I'll just give it auto layout so that it will be well balanced. And this, I'll give it auto layout. The spacing 16. So the spacing between this and this, I'm now going to give it this 27, 16. No, it's supposed to be 32. So I have this, right? I have this at the end of the day, or 16, I think. Let me just do the 16. So let's do 16. No, I'll give it 24. So 24 is perfect. So now the next thing now is this and this and these cards, right? So how do I do this? Because this is a blinking text, right? It's showing that it's blinking. So now the next thing to do is, how can I achieve that? I'll just come here, draw my blink, center it here, just bring it to this side, just expand it a little, this. Okay, so I will just make sure it's at the center. I'll change the color to, let's say blue. So what I'll do is I'll bring it out to this place. So now I'll duplicate this, I'll zoom in, I'll duplicate this. So now I'll highlight all of this, I'll come here, I would make it a component set. Come here to this drop down, I'll highlight two of this is separate, I'll highlight two of this, and I would create a component set. And once I create a component set, I'll come this, I will now come to appearance and I will turn it to 0. So now prototype, I will click on this and join it with this. Then I would come to say, after a delay 1 millisecond, then instance. This also connects back to this after a delay 1 millisecond. So I'll just copy, I'll just Alt and copy this out. So when I alt and copy this out, I would bring this up. I'll bring this to the top here and keep it here at the top. So what I'll now do next is to come here. I'll just X and cut this. Then I'll click on this. I'll right click. I would now paste to replace. So now I have this. So now for us to confirm if it's working, I'll just shift space. It's too fast. So now what we'll do is to come here and still work back on the animation. So I'll do this, click on this, and I'll say 500 millisecond. Click on this, I'll say 500 millisecond. So now let's go back again and check and see. Can you see? So this is better. This is better. So now I'll group this. I will ungroup this. Right click. I will ungroup this. Right click. I will ungroup. So now, what next? The next thing now I'll do is to increase this. Change this to a darker gray. The stroke, I'll change it to a darker gray, meaning let it look that, oh okay, I am on this. Then card, but before then our keypad, we'll now we'll come to this top here and click on it. Then we'll see alphabetical number this way, meaning alpha numeric or only numeric. If we do only numeric but it shows to us, right, then we can do alpha numeric. So anyone you choose, anyone you pick, you can use. So I would use alpha numeric. So what next? The next thing now is to get these logos or this particular logo, right? I'll get this logo, this MMYY and this X. So and this logo, let me get this logo first. Plugin, Iconify, then card. Check which card, that sign that shows that your card is protected. I would use this. Just copy out this. So now I'll drag this here. Just bring it to the center. Bring it here. Then I'll copy this. Bring it inside the frame here. And month, small letter MM. Then slash YY. I'll make it faint. I'll reduce the size first to 14. Then I'll change the color and make it light gray. This gray is too dark. Okay. Yeah, something like this. So the next thing, I'll come here, click. Let's make it to the center, and then this one too. Click and make sure it's at the center. So I'm now going to how many stars? 1, 2, 3. So I'll just scale it up. 3 stars. Just scale it. So I have something like this. So card. Sorry, if I forget card. Let's see if we can get card here. Card master. So I'll bring out MasterCard. Then what next? Do we have Visa? We have Visa. I'll bring out Visa card. We have Visa card. And which one do we have? American Express. So 26 by 24 is okay. So American Express, I would put it at the center, sorry. Bring it inside this frame, make sure it's inside. So bring it inside this way and put it to the center. So I'll just drag it and put it inside this frame, this way. So I'll just center it and I will change the color to blue. The size of this 36 3624. So I'll just say 3624. I'll just enter it. Then MasterCard, I'll just say 3624. So I have this. So but I will have to scale these things down. They are too big. I'll scale. I'll just enter K and I'll scale down. Bring them here to this angle, center them. So I have this. So now what next? The next thing is having our numbers. So now I'm going to delete this frame here. I'm going to delete this. So I'll start duplicating this. So now I'll bring a number here, click on text, click inside here, let's say 5. Now this number, I'm going to reduce the size to 16. So I'll just bring it here. So this and this, I'm just going to give it auto layout. I'm just going to give it auto layout. So I'll delete this. I'll delete this first, then I'll duplicate this. Duplicate this one that I'll duplicate this one that I gave auto layout, and I'll come over here. Then I will remove this 5 here. I'll just remove it. So now this next one, I will just click on this 5. All I will do is I'll just Control D and add 5. Control D and add 5. I'll click on this. I'll duplicate. I will click on this. I'll Control D and change this number to 3. I will duplicate. I will Control D and I'll leave this as 3. Then I will also duplicate. I will Control D this and this particular one. I'll give them auto layouts. Then I will Control D this one. Then I will this one and this one. I'll give it auto layout also. Then what I'll do is I'll Control D this one too and Control D again. So I'm going to have something like this. So now what I will now do is to give spacing gap. I'll just give them gap of 12, something like this, or 16. So it's like it's just the way card numbers are, right? So it's just like the way card numbers are, right? So what's the next thing? The next thing I'll do is I'll copy this out. I'll duplicate this out. Then what I'll do is I'll copy this, copy, click, then cut. Then I'm now going to replace this. Right click, now replace, click, now delete. Have you seen? So now for this, I'm now going to change the number to, then I will duplicate this. I'll duplicate this, and I'll come here. I will change this. Right click, copy to replace, click, copy this and this. I will delete. So this, I'm now going to change the text to 0. I'll say 0, 0, 0. I'll duplicate this. This, duplicate 0. Then the next one, I'll duplicate 5. So now I'm now going to duplicate this. Now I'm going to duplicate this. Control D, delete. So I'll duplicate this first, then delete. Sorry, Control Z, click, delete 0, 0, 5, So this was supposed to be this. I'll copy this and I'll replace with this, and I'll replace, sorry, I'll replace, and I'll take this out. Then for this, I'll now click remove 2, 3, 2, 3. So now that we're done with the card number, the next thing is to do the CVV. So to do the CVV, we're going to copy this whole number this way, Control C. Then we're now going to change the stroke color to this same particular color, which is 212121. Just click on this stroke color. I'll replace it with 212121. Then we'll copy this, then we'll come here, we'll see, we'll come here, then right click, then paste to replace. So what we'll now do is we'll duplicate this, delete and delete and delete this also. Then we'll change the number. So this will be, let us say this first, duplicate this, bring it here, and this one we are now going to remove this, so that once you click here, then it will just start blinking, then you start typing. So 0, I'll duplicate this, bring it here, so 05, I'll do Control D, and this 5, so the next one, if you enter this number, Control D, this is supposed to be this, and Control D, the number 20, 28, 28, 28, this one, change it to 8, then I will duplicate this, copy this with this, then I will replace it, then delete. I will click on this, I will paste to replace. I will just reduce the size of this one. Let's make it like this. Then now I can now click on this frame, I'll cut it, bring it here, and I'll paste to replace this way. So now the next thing I'll do is I'll duplicate this first. I'll change the color of this to 12121. I'll change the color of the corner radius to 2121212121 or 12121. I think I'll duplicate. So this, I'll just click on this, only the text, I'll remove it so this shows this way. Now for this, should be one text, 1x, 1x, then I'll duplicate this this way. Then next thing, it's so the second x, so ash, I'll change the color here to, I'll put 21212121, the same thing. Then I will now duplicate this and bring it here. Now this, I will add one more and just expand. Then once it's done, the next thing is to put my color. So I'm going to come here, click here, then copy the color code of my primary color, then change it. And what I'll now do is to right click, come to this field and change the color. So now is to remove this rectangle, it's actually supposed to remove all this rectangle, remove, remove this one too. Delete. So for this, I'll remove this one here. Only the top. This I'll remove the top. Remove the top. See. Remove only the top. Click. Only the top. This one too. Only the top. Then let's see. This one too is going out. That's it. Now the next thing we're going to do is to bring out another frame. Now this frame is where we're going to have our confirm. So I'll just copy this here and let's say confirming order. So I'll just increase the size. So okay, I'll just center it here. Then I'll right click, go to plugins, then go to Lottie file. When I go to Lottie file, the next thing I'll do is to come to discover, come to search, and I'll see other successful, other confirmed. I just see other confirmed. So I'll pick this Lottie, this particular one. I'll click on this particular one. I'm going to change the color. Remember, this is my primary color. Okay, I'll leave it at green. It's okay at green. So I'll just come to insert. I'll just come to insert as GIF, then insert. So now it's inserting. So this is it here. I'll just bring it here. So what I'll just do is for me to put it here, I'll just Ctrl X and click on this frame, then right click, then paste here. Then I'll bring it to the center. So I'll just say order confirmed. Let's say order confirmed. This I'll center it and just bring it down this way. So I'll just change the name for this, change this. So for the map, when you watch the video, you're going to get the map. So in case you've not watched the video, you need to go and watch the video. So click on this and highlight this text too. Then I'll delete it, bring this out, and bring in my map. I would just center this, just make sure it's in the center. I'm now going to do this. I'm now going to do this last part here. So what I'll do next is to bring a frame, then I'll draw the frame this way, and I'll draw the frame this way. And this frame, I'm going to give it a corner radius of the top. Corner radius should be 12. Top right, top left should be 12. Then I'll give it a fill. I'll add a fill into the front. I'll add a fill, and I'll come here to effects, add effects, come to blur, make it 40. So text here, I'll bring it here, and I'll say I'll reduce the size of the text to 16. No, I'll raise it back to 20. I'll just say picking up a order, the number here, let's put 186. Then from here, duplicate this. I'll just say arriving at 11:45. I'll reduce the size to 14. Reduce the size to 14, and I'll change the color to gray. Then I'll duplicate, say your code. So the next thing is here. So the next thing we're going to do is to get our icons. So right click, go to plugins, go to Iconify, then time. I'm now going to scroll So we are now scrolling to see which icon will best suit